Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, sometimes known as the Beast, and before I get into it, just want to wish everybody a very happy and prosperous 2025. 2024 personally was an absolute metal fest. Loads and loads of really good new music came out. I discovered I had more of a passion for black metal than I ever realised. So the arse end of the year was spent mostly listening to black metal, new stuff, old stuff, in between stuff. Personal level, a couple of health issues, a little bit of mental weirdness going on, so I took the decision to stop drinking alcohol in back end of April, I believe it was, and yeah, it's definitely helped. Well, enough of me bitching like a bitch. We've all come here to see some metal, hopefully. A massive shout out to all the new subscribers that I've gained since my album of the year list came out. Very much appreciated. So the next big milestone is, for me personally, is 500, which is unbelievable in the short period of time I've been doing this. When we get to 500, I will do a giveaway of some description, and I'll try and make sure it's not as quite as daunting as the 200 subscriber one seemed to be. In the background, we'll start off with what we're listening to, and this is the Slowly We Rot compilation that accompanies issue 24. Now, if you're wondering where you can get a copy of this from, if you go onto any of the Slowly We Rot social medias, you will find this magnificence still available. You get a couple of CDs with it this month. I haven't actually read this. I've had it a while, but I haven't got around to reading it with, you know, trying to read in Santa's Good Book and stuff like that. Lots of really good quality interviews, black metal, death metal, gore grind, all sorts of stuff. Definitely one of my favourite zines. I always buy this one when it comes out. I think I started maybe issue 20, I think was the first one I got. But yeah, well worth picking up, and you get a CD. So what I want to do is 4 albums that I've been spinning quite a lot recently. I got them back end of November, I think it was, they came. Obviously a lot of what I've been listening to was sort of working out the album of the year list. That's now done. Thank you very much to everybody that watched that video. It's had over 2,000 views. I'm not sure how many of those are bots, but hey ho. So we'll get cracked on. First up is the rather fantastic Stench and their debut full length, Purulence Gushing from the Coffin. Came out in 2024. If I'd had this earlier in the year, it would have definitely been on my list of top 20, because it's absolutely superb. It's out on Misako Nojo. This is a one-man project from Mexico. Now, this is absolutely dripping in filth and heavy, thick, sludgy riffs. There's some like death doom passages in tempo wise, certainly not vocally. The vocals are almost like subhuman, guttural. The sound of the type of noise that when you're listening to it, it makes your stomach churn. You know, it's really nasty stuff. The gentleman that does it is called, where's his name on here somewhere? Is it Alistair? Adrian, I do apologise. He's the piece of artwork on that side. There's the gentleman in question there, and a few thank yous and such like. It's nothing spectacular wax wise, it's just a black wax. But yeah, this is really good. It's ridiculously heavy. It's got a lot of sort of not old school metal as such, but it's got that horrid sort of not very nice, not very, you know, it doesn't pull any punches in the nastiness stakes. So stenched with purulence gushing from the coffin is the first one I want to show. Next up is another Misako no Ho release. This is Gutless and their album High Impact Violence. These gentlemen are from Australia. This is old school death metal with very much a no frills approach to death metal. It's got the crushing type of riffs that you associate with the older school type gents back in the day. The drumming on this is absolutely next level. It's superb. The vocals are quite barked. The bass sounds like it's being used to batter you around the head with. It's just savage from start to finish, and it's absolutely mint. I think they've got an EP out before this. I don't know if that's the only one. So when I heard the EP and then saw that this was coming out, it was quite an anticipated record for the year, release for the year, sorry. But I think it didn't come out till about the 19th of November. So again, it possibly would have made it to my end of year list, but you know, I didn't have it enough time really to let it sink in, and I was very much, as I said earlier, in more of a black metal type of phase. So that's Gutless and their High Impact Violence. Next up is an album. I bought it predominantly because of the artwork. I had heard of the band. I didn't own anything by them. This is the band Horrendous, and I'm going to have to read this because, in fact, I'll definitely write it underneath because I don't even know how you say it. Ecdysis. This came out in 2014. It's the second full length on Dark Descent Records. This is death metal from the US. This has very much a lot of Schuldinger-esque moments, shall we say. It's melodic in places, it's progressive in places, it's got some really nice sounding HM2, but it doesn't rely solely on the HM2 pedal. Production is quite full. The growled vocals are still very understandable. You know, it's not Cookie Monster at any type, of any sort. I'm not sure how many other albums these guys have got, but I'll definitely be looking into see where else the discography's gone to. The inner sleeve has the gents there with the lyrics. Thank yous and such like with the border by a certain Mr. Mark Riddick. Again, it's the colour that I prefer my vinyl to be. I think 2025 might be a bit of an epiphany. I'll start not complaining about coloured vinyls as well. But yeah, this is, the artwork is done by a gentleman called Brian Smith. I don't know why they managed to put it down there, but that's where it is. But yeah, this is really, really good. The drums are quite forth high in the mix, and it sets a wonderful platform for the rest of the gents to run around. There's a track called The Vermilion, track 5, which is a very nice acoustic melodic piece, and it's sort of a nice little palate cleanser from so it's not full on brutally death metal. It's really, really clever and really well done, and so it's got me intrigued to hear more. That's the actual title of the album here, so make of it what you will, how you pronounce it. I believe it's something to do with when a snake sheds its skin, or I might be completely wrong, I might just be making that up, but yeah, the artwork, as I said, that's what grabbed my attention initially, and I'm pleased I bought it because it's really good metal. So that is horrendous, and that word that I just showed you, ecdysis, I'm guessing. Last up is an album that Matthew over at Altars of Madness had playing in the background of one of his videos quite some time ago, and it had me intrigued. Managed to find it online for a very, 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 very reasonable price, so I grabbed it. This is Blood and their release Impulse to Destroy from 1989. This is the 2024 version on Nuclear War Now Productions. This was Blood's debut album. These gents are from Germany, and this is grindcore. This is what they've done is they've took the basic elements of grindcore, as it were, you know, solid rhythm, blasting drums, a couple of riffs, horrendous vocals, and they've released an absolute, it's a maelstrom of metal. It just absolutely pins you to the wall and smashes your face in. Really, really good. And obviously, with it being a grindcore album, there's 30 tracks, I believe, something like that. If you're expecting some type of, you know, fantastic arpeggios and such like, yeah, it's just no nonsense. Grindcore, 1,000 miles an hour. The production's really, really muddy, but that sort of adds to the old experience of the record. Again, it's on black wax, and yeah, it's certainly an album that's, if you're a fan of grindcore, it's worth adding to your collection. It's yeah, absolute beauty. It's been spun a hell of a lot. Said 30 songs, I think there is, something like that. That's what you expect with grindcore, isn't it? So that was it. Just a quick what's been spinning type thing, and a little bit of an update what's going on. Moving forward, I've got a couple of projects that I'm currently working on with some assistance from a gentleman that's well known in the VC, even though he doesn't actually make videos himself. Going to be plenty of updates. I'm going to try and get back to a more of a one a week type video rather than hit and miss like they've been recently. Obviously the festive period, not many people sit and watch YouTube. Well, I certainly didn't. But Dead of Winterfest at the end of this year, end of this month, sorry. So that'll be an absolute blast. Killer lineup. If you go back into my videos, there's a sort of a this is who's playing, buy yourself a ticket soiree type thing. There's a lot of the VC going, which will be just an absolute blast again. Last year it was a brilliant event last year, and I think this year might just top it. Live music in general last year for me was pretty good. I got to see quite a lot of bands that, you know, bands I wanted to tick off my bucket list. Bands like Mirka, Chelsea Wolf, and then Terrorizer, Forbidden. You know, it was a cracking year for live music. Missed a couple of concerts as well, you know, through things out of my control, like train strikes and such like, but we won't go into that. So, if you stuck out this long, thank you very much. If you think it's worthy of a like or a thumbs up or share or whatever, very much appreciated. Like I say, the sub count has just gone absolutely crazy, and it's pretty unbelievable for some fat idiot talking about music, but very, very much appreciated. Enjoy whatever it is that you're listening to, whatever genre you're listening to. Look after one another, and as always, until next time, cheers!